Wait, do you call your breasts your genitals?
No, that's what I mean. She didn't touch my genitals.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you shouldn't.
The fact that you just genuinely called them my...
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
11:10?
Yep, let's do it. All right, it's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network, live from Nashville in the Nashville House, the triplex. We're trying something new today. First ever KFC Radio Shot Clock edition. It's 10:10
We
now.
have talked non-goddamn stop for fucking 4 days.
I know.
We can't keep going.
I know. We
for 3 hours.
We've been doing 3-hour episodes on top of the radio show, on top of separate interviews, on top of all the other shit we're doing down here. So we're actually going to try to do an hour-long podcast, which is not a novel concept at all. But for
I'm
KFC
nervous
Radio,
about getting it in.
We're not going to get it in. It's already too long. What I'm doing right here is already too long. This is too much of an intro. But I wanted to explain that this is the first time we're doing it. It's also because we only have 3 ads today because our sales team fucked us. So, usually I try to do like 3-hour
And
episodes.
the best way to get people back on your side is to say it publicly.
Squeaky wheel, baby, squeaky wheel. Usually we have like 6 ads, so I'm like, if we did 6 ads in an hour-long show, we'd be doing ads every 3 seconds. So what I'm trying to say is, you're welcome, audience. You're welcome, fans. So we're doing an hour-long episode today. And real quick, while we're talking a little business, no. This is fine. We're gonna get into our episode.
These people like the SpongeBob meme, like 3 hours later. And Kevin's like, and this time on sales is fucking nonsense.
No, this isn't about us. This isn't about us, but this is about business, because we had the fucking incomparable Shane Gillis on yesterday for the KC Radio. If you're not watching that every day here in Nashville, we've been doing an 2-hour long radio show.
Birds on tonight.
You can catch all the other episodes basically, on
Also,
demand.
if you're listening right now in the morning in Nashville, sorry, we're fucked. We have a meet and greet at noon at Luke's 32 Bridge, Luke Bryan's bar. Free whistle pig for everybody. That's probably not true, but I know it's true. I can't tell you how much. It's not unlimited free whistle pig.
Well, that's why you can't say everybody.
You can't have all of it in the world. We'll be handing it out personally, so I'm not going to give you 70 shots.
I would be like, I'm one of the people. I am everybody. I didn't get any free whiskey.
Everybody will get free whiskey. Everybody will not get unlimited free whiskey.
First 500 people.
Okay. What if
Everybody.
What if 10,000 people show up tomorrow?
10,000 people will get 10,000 shots of whiskey.
What I wanted to say while we're talking about ads and business, I always make fun of Shane because he's a big, dumb, waterhead moron who he has 1 ad per show on his podcast. And he's got one of the biggest podcasts in the world now. He's one of the biggest comics. And I mean that, seeing him down in Nashville now, he is the belle of the ball, man. For a guy who obviously went through the fire, to see where he's at now, it's so awesome because everybody's taking pictures, everybody's shouting him out, everybody knows the inside jokes. And he's kept it ad-free and was fucking awesome when he started his Patreon and he charged only people $1.
Well, also, may I say this? He did not know you could increase the price.
Right. But what I'm saying is, now everybody is $5, but if you're one of the $1 patrons of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, just upgrade to the $5. He gave you guys the best podcast in the world for $1 because he was fucking an idiot and wanted to be we'll only do it for $1 because we're a man of the people. Yeah, now he should be making so much fucking money and he deserves it. So if you are a patron of that show, just bump it up to the $5. It's worth way more than that too. You should bump it up to the $20 range. And I'm also saying that because one day maybe we'll have a Patreon and we need to get our fucking money too. So let's go. We have now 54 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. You are a child.
I am a child?
Yep.
Why?
I've been holding this in, Kevin. I've told a tale before on this podcast about, what is that noise? Who's just
Go downstairs.
Who's just listening to a TV show over there? All right. We're fucked. I'm just gonna keep saying we're fucked. I told a story. It was my first ever summer share house, and we gave a buddy $100, $200, whatever we gave him. I said, bro, go to the market, come come back with the essentials. We meant food, milk, things like that. He came back with $200 worth of freeze ice, the ice pops, Nerf guns, and mini basketball hoops.
Those are the essentials back in the day, bro.
Your supermarket run was slightly more adult than
Bro,
his.
I can't. I knew you were going there. This is like that's the essential run. You get like cold cuts. You get something that everybody can eat for dinner. You get cereal.
It's not
you get
even-
milk. Those are the essentials. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner is what I took care of.
You got the cereal, you got the corn pops, the frosted flake. What'd you get?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the undisputed number one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Pops, and then somebody read Frosted Cheerios.
Okay, and then 4 pounds of turkey, 3 pounds of yellow American
turkey.
cheese.
I said white, and we'll get into my grocery store run. Okay. I said 4 pounds of turkey, 2 pounds of ham, 2 pounds of cheese.
Okay, she gave you an extra pound of cheese.
She gave me 3 pounds of cheese.
3 pounds of cheese.
And she just threw it in a bag. Like, you usually get like the squares, the stacks of it. She just threw it in a bag.
It would have been insane. That much cheese would she's like, I don't have a week to do this. I got to get it done faster than that.
She probably should have just taken a block of it and been like, you cut it up yourself.
Yeah. Here's that, a block of cheese and a butter knife. But then there's how many vegetables?
And get vegetables. Who gets vegetables for a fucking Nashville house? Pabs, would you get vegetables?
Absolutely not.
No fucking
At
way.
first, when I saw the amount of cold cuts you got, I was like, that's a little odd. But when I heard the rest of your order, I was like, that's exactly what I would have got. I get that.
Oh, and I got bananas and apples. So fuck you guys. I got bananas because I know you like them. I got apples because I know Jackie likes them. I got cold cuts for lunch. I got tacos for dinner, and I got cereal for breakfast. That is the essential run. You're wrong.
You're
fucking wrong on this.
No, I'm not
What
saying.
would you get?
I'm
What
not,
would you
I'm
get?
not saying. I'm not saying you didn't do an essential run. I'm just saying if you ask someone what the age of the person who went on that run is.
Well, yeah, but that's because we're doing like
they'd
a
be like
share
25
house.
probably.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I was like, this is what we always did when we went to like a Hamptons house or a Jersey house because you're not really living like real life here. What do you want? You want me to saute some vegetables while we're living in a dorm room for a week?
I'd pop a few veggies in there.
Fuck off. If that's what you're complaining about,
The worst thing
you
you
can
got,
suck my dick.
The worst thing you
want
got.
me to get some bell peppers or something?
Yeah,
Fuck you.
I was thinking
For what?
more lettuce and onion and tomato. But fuck, I chop some peppers up too. The worst thing you got though.
You want me to get onions, did you say?
I'm gonna say onions.
You think onions is a part of an essential run?
I'm on a huge. We never said essential. I said essential when I said that's what we told my friend back in the day. This was just a market run. The worst thing you got, and this is essential too. Well, it's not. This is not essential, but I'm gonna understand the other side of the argument. Just like 1,000 styrofoam plates.
What is the problem with that? I got paper plates for the fucking.
We got plates.
Yeah, but I don't want to do dishes.
But we're gonna.
Have
have
you guys
to do
never
this.
done this before? We all live in a house.
Only paper plates at my apartment.
But the child is agreeing with you to make.
your apartment?
But that's what I mean. We're living like.
Your apartment?
Yeah, we went with regular plates, and then within a week, no one did the dishes, and a couple broke.
Yeah,
now we just do.
Bro, I do that at my house too. I'm like, with me and the kids, it's just paper plates and cups. We just throw everything out. I don't ever have to do any dishes. We worry about the environment here. Fuck off.
It's not the environment. It's just like if I have the option between a styrofoam plate and a glass plate, I'm using a glass plate.
You can do all the dishes you want. Then you do all
I'm
your
not,
dishes.
like, dude, we're gone in like 24 hours. I'm just gonna.
That's why I said get the dishes. That's why I said get the plates.
On my way out the door, I'm just gonna fucking run the dishwasher and walk out.
I think my run is almost perfect.
It's not it's a funny run.
And I got ice cream, and I got you candy.
And you got me SPKs,
Yeah.
Which I did eat with lunch yesterday because, as your mom teaches you, the more colorful the plate, the more healthy it is.
I got vegetables. I got Sour Patch Kid. There's your colors, man.
It wasn't a bad run. It's a funny run.
It's a run for when you do these houses. I was like, but what's funny is I realized like,
And also, I've been like sneak eating sandwiches now because I knew I was gonna make fun of you, so I was trying to like quietly eat them in the corner. So you can't be like, "Well, you've been eating it."
well, but you're the only one eating it because I realized we're not that age anymore. Like I was thinking like everybody will eat this drunk, everybody will eat this like all hours of the day, and it's like, nah, we're working and like going out for a dinner and then going to sleep. I mean, the younger kids are partying a little more. We'll probably get into
Did you guys
it more
go out
this
last
week.
night? No.
Oh, I thought you did. Yeah. So I mean, I was like, oh, this will probably be. I was worried. I was like, this might not be enough to cold cuts. It's like people are just gonna hammer this 4 pounds in a night when they come home drunk.
I knew no one was coming to our house to get cold
Well, that's the
cuts.
real problem too. Is that it's not. I said today, I was like, you guys
Like we could
wanna
order
take-
food and expense it, or we could go fit some ham in
Yeah.
Kevin's fridge.
Well, you know what? I also didn't. I don't expense things. I was like, we can't just keep eating out. It's gonna be so expensive. And everyone was like, I'm just gonna expense it. I was like, oh, I don't do that. So I bought food. Guess what? I'm expensing.
Should we go get barbecue in like one of the more famous barbecue cities in the country?
Yeah.
Or Kevin's got some yellow cheese.
Guess what I'm expensing? That fucking run, which was way cheaper than I thought. Down south here, I can get used to these prices. bro.
Dude, the crazy
It would have been
thing
like
is when I tweeted that
$600
picture,
in New York.
People were very surprised. They were like, $37 worth of turkey. It's like, what's 4 pounds of turkey?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what turkey costs. I mean,
I got like
it's a
all of that
banana
shit
bundle,
for,
but
it was like $200 something. I was like, that at my place, it's like easy $350. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. You want to get what?
I just a burp sneak up on me. Probably from that Walmart ham I've been eating.
Go to Game Time to get your last minute tickets. What they do is they have an app with all the tickets with the lowest prices available because they track them in real time up to the second, to the very last second, where you can get in the building for any sporting event that you want. Where someone's trying to unload them, they can't go, they wanted to resell it, the prices dropped, whatever happened, they can't unload them, so they're going to drop those prices to basically zero. You can get in the building for the best price possible. Sometimes they're nosebleeds and you get them for like $1. Sometimes you could sit courtside and get them for a price that you could never imagine. We also got concerts you can get in the building for. You're going to have playoffs coming up for the Bruins. The Mets are on they are a wagon. They are a team of destiny. So you can get it to Citi Field. Whatever your bag is, whatever your scene is, Game Time has you covered. It takes 2 taps and 10 seconds to get yourself a ticket to whatever event you love. Right there on your phone. Download the Game Time app today. Go to the account tab, create a login, and then redeem code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time, last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. What do we got? So we went to Josh Adam Meyers' goddamn jam. You all right?
Yeah.
Just mad at the world, or
It keeps vibrating.
right?
It's fucking
Are
annoying.
we on that too, or is that me too? We got off. We were doing busing with the boys yesterday, and when I got off, when I was done with it, I looked at it, I had 40 texts.
Yeah, it's fucking
from
insane.
the
Leave me
group
alone.
text. I was like, take this off the group text.
You know what? I actually thought of an idea today, I think. Group texts need to be, you can mute them. Obviously, you can do that. But you should be able to mute individual people.
On a group text?
Like there's someone on this group text that, like, when they talk, I should be able to, I
Yeah.
should pay attention. So I can mute 9 of the people.
You know what you're
and then
describing is just texting individual people. It's really,
Yeah.
we should just get rid of group text.
we should get rid of texting is what we should get rid of. Fucking call me. Fucking leave me alone.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, we've been over this before, but
Yeah.
it's like then she'd be calling you in the middle of the.
Yeah, but that's one time.
Yeah, then you know.
you ignore a call.
Yeah.
They go, oh, they're busy right now.
Another thing, so I got a call yesterday while we were working. Then it was like nighttime and I wanted to be off the clock. Then I got a call very early this morning. And then when we finally connected, like a little bit later in the morning, they were like, "Are you ducking me?" It's like, no. That's when does ducking become a duck? That's not ducking, right?
3 days.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say. I was like, no, I'm not ducking you.
Like-
It was like I didn't want to
I
talk
don't even
business
know.
at night.
I was gonna say a week. 3. I took it down.
Yeah, okay, good. I was like,
Bro, I might even say more than a week.
a month.
A month. It might be a month.
I'll get back to you in May.
I'll give you.
and then,
if I
and then
avoid
you
you
can say it's a month.
Q2, then maybe I ducked you.
So we went to Josh Adam Meyers' jam band. What's it called? Comedy Jam? Goddamn Comedy Jam. And it's like a cover band / karaoke / comedy show. And we did it at Kid Rock's bar here in Nashville. I didn't realize that every superstar here owns a bar personally. Kid Rock was in the building because he did, if you listened to Shane yesterday, they did a show together. And so he was in the building, and Josh Adam Meyer, who is like skyrocketed right to the top of one of my favorite guests I've ever had. We're gonna have him back on very soon. I mean, yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, the footage of it, he had more energy. I think you said, John, that he exerted more energy than like you did in the last like 15 years.
I said in one song he would exert more energy than I have since high school.
Yes. I mean, pouring with sweat, sober, by the way. I was like, this dude must be zooted to the moon. And he was just straight sober, the love of music. And so he had a couple comics go up there and do their favorite song. Shane did Dracula with Soder, fucking incredible. But I like a lot of funny moments. Big J, like a lot of people were up there. Darnell Rollins. But Josh was like the star for me because I was like astounded by that.
By his energy?
Huh?
His energy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I expected it.
Yeah, but seeing it,
but seeing it was,
and I think it's because it's like the main number one thing that I can't and don't do. Like I'm still deathly afraid of karaoke, and I'm not like a high energy guy. And when I see that, I'm like, that's so awesome. Like I wish I was the guy who could just jump on the bar. Like if we were ever out somewhere and doing something, and I like jumped on the bar, and I was like, come on, guys, people would be like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Oh,
Get
dude.
down, man.
I actually started to tell you this story.
How uncomfortable is that chair?
It's
I feel
actually
bad
not
making
so
you sit
bad.
on that.
It's not that bad.
When I sat on it yesterday, I was like, this is terrible.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
But when Josh first went on stage, I started telling you a story, but it was so chaotic that I couldn't really. This is probably 20. God, what year was Red Sox chicken and beer?
14,
12?
12. It was either before or after the World Series.
Yeah, I want to say it was 12.
Yeah.
And we were on the early stages of the Barstool Blackout Tour. Like, it wasn't the Blackout Tour yet. We were still touring with acts.
Right.
We had Mouthy, who's the man, Stargang affiliate.
The rapper, right?
Yeah. Mouthy was the best, dude. Stargang. And we were at some fucking bar. This was the night of the collapse, like the night of the official collapse, where it was like, I think Evan Longoria went deep in extra innings down in Tampa while Papelbon was blowing a save in Baltimore. And we were at some fucking hole in the wall bar. Like it was the real early days of the Barstool Blackout Tour. Some fucking small town bar that like had like locals sitting at the bar drinking
while you did like a techno tour.
While fucking
or he was doing
while Mouthy was out rapping like in the corner.
Yeah.
And there was like no one, like it was like fucking like it was in New Hampshire or Maine or something like that.
That sounds like when Tico, Texas went to South by Southwest.
Yeah. And it was just like locals sitting at the bar drinking, like upset that the Sox fucking like an all-time collapse.
Yeah.
And Mouthy's trying to get the crowd going. He jumps up on the bar and he's like fucking kicking beer bottles. He's like, let's go. People are like, dude,
stop, man. I'm trying to enjoy my dinner.
Like at least there it was a little more jacked up.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like
it was a lot more jacked up.
My biggest fear. And this is why and it's like karaoke gets lumped into it, is trying to get a thing going and failing. Like when was it Jeb Bush who was like,
please clap?
There was please clap, but there was also another political person who was like let's go whatever.
The best one ever. Can you Google the Tom Werner Let's Go Red Sox?
Yeah, that might be what I'm thinking of.
Dude,
it was at the parade or something.
Yeah, like before the parade started.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
This might be what I'm thinking of.
It's the saddest thing you'll ever see.
Because he's also like offbeat, like let's go Red Sox. Or
let's go Red Sox.
Yeah.
Let's go Red Sox.
So bad.
The end of a remarkable season, and I would just like to start a cheer. Let's go Red Sox! Let's go Red Sox!
That's it. That's me. That's me. That's me. Look at those people just like, oh my god,
dude. If I was at the sure that's my video. I fucking took that video off my TV.
You really might.
Day.
You really might have. Yeah.
I think I'm like I've had a million YouTubes closed. That was back in the day when we get a YouTube canceled on us. Every week.
I mean, it was just burners. I'll tell you what, it doesn't help when you're like, I want to start a chant. Get the voice and the declaration. I would like to start a chant.
Yeah.
You don't have to declare that, dude. You just do it. That's me. If I did goddamn Comedy Jam, I'd be like, come on, guys. They'd be like, go fuck yourself with your own dick. So when I see that, I'm like, oh man, I wish I was that guy. But I don't think you can. I don't think you can fake that.
fake that
Like, you
energy.
think,
that,
like if I ever tried to do that, don't you think that it would just not
Oh
work?
no way! I mean, Adam's a performer, and I don't mean that as a comedian. I mean he's been in bands since he was like 12.
Right.
That's
yeah,
not
you can't just do that.
No, you can't just get on stage.
It's also crazy how they just know every fucking word to every song enough to perform it. Because I was thinking, okay, if you got pulled up there, because there was a point where he was, I don't know if he was like telling me, he was like, you guys got to come up.
Yeah. I was like,
absolutely fucking. Especially because we were not the comics that went up. People would be like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? What would you
Speaking
do?
of that, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Who the fuck? What would you do?
I honestly do not know.
Because I was trying to think of first and foremost, I got to like, that was no karaoke. There was no, you just had to know the song. They didn't have a screen, right?
No screen. Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
no.
and that's harder than you think. You know the lyrics to a lot of songs. To get up on stage and to know when to come in and come out.
Josh was almost like their Sherpa.
Yeah,
because
'cause
Josh
he
would
would-
do every song.
Right.
But I would need to.
Also, the only thing I would do would be like a rap song. That would be the lamest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Gotta do like a or you like a fun rap song maybe, but
I could do the chorus to a lot, but Josh
That's right.
doesn't drive the boat.
But then-
it would be a Taylor Swift would be the best chance I had at something.
Yeah.
But even then, like I don't know, maybe a third of the words I know.
right. And that's why Shane gives the blueprint on how to do this. Dragula is amazing. What he's turned into Dragula into is fucking incredible. And then he only knows like half the words and he just like, rah, 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 like makes noise. They're looking at their phones. And I don't know what that was. But I meant to ask them about that. That moment there, like something was, yo, turn that into a GIF. That's a great fucking GIF right there. He's like, yo, buddy, check out my, you know? Also, I love it. Like that could apply to anything when you're showing your buddy, you know, dude, she texted me back, or like, look what she just sent, or whatever, you know. It's like
That looks exactly like Nelly being like, oh,
yes,
quickly,
exactly.
on an interview.
It was
Like,
very similar to that in Kevin Hart for sure. Yeah, so we did that, and then we did Bussin' with the Boys.
Wait, before that, as we talked about, there was a kid.
That's why I want to even do the jam band.
Yeah.
This guy.
This was honestly the worst person I've ever met in my life.
A lot of great people were there, and actually a ton of great stoolies. There was so much crossover of like, I'm here for Shane, but I know you, and like shit like that.
That was the shocking thing. So let me paint the picture of this kid. He's in like a fucking No. He was in like it's not a members only jacket.
Yeah.
Barracuda jacket. He's in a Barracuda jacket, and he had like a 3/4 under it, glasses, kind of shaggy. He looked like a Paul Dano character. Where like if you're watching the movie, you're like, that dude, he feels a little fucking off to me. And at the end, they're like, he's the one who murdered everyone. He acted like the nerd, and you're like, I fucking knew it. He did look like this.
No, wait, X out. Go to like top right. Yeah. That was like his hair, his vibe with his hair.
And he was like really like fucking Weasley,
Glasses
and he had like glasses.
He kind of squinted.
Yeah. And had like spaces between all his teeth individually.
God.
And he comes up to me. At one point, I'm standing like in the stage just watching. I was by myself, like kind of not in the crowd, but just on the outskirts, in the suburbs of the crowd. And
I like that.
And he comes up to me and he goes, "No one knows who you are here," which like I was surprised how many people did come up to us. I figured I was going to a bar in Nashville. No one said that. We took a bunch of pictures. Someone gave me 3 cigarettes. That was nice.
That was so cool. He's like, "Can I get a cigarette?" And he was like, "Here, just take them." And he just handed him 3 Lucy's.
And like
he was like, "No, I'm okay."
There were a shocking amount of stoolies there. So I wasn't going to be like, actually. I was like, yeah. And he goes, "I could steal you and no one would know." And I what the fuck? And I was like, what? And I just went, yeah. But he was like this big, and I was like, bitch, try and steal me. I hope you do.
And then so I love
You guys did tell me to remind you of that guy.
Oh, that guy was awesome. So that's what I mean. There were so many cool people in Nashville that either knew how to just come up and be like, "Yo, thanks." One guy, offered me a beer. Usually that's almost like too many people offering drinks, but at that moment it was good. This one dude came up to all of us. He had a cowboy hat on. He was real tall and skinny, and he was like, "Oh, dude." And I was like, I bowed back.
To you as well.
I like that. I might start bowing. I think that's like cultural appropriation or some shit, but I might be a bow guy from now on.
I think you can give. I think once you start get at the hips, then you're appropriating. But I think you can give a little
head.
Yeah. I think that's just really that's an appreciator of the arts.
Right, yeah, like a little, and you do like that,
Yeah.
So everybody was cool, but then that same guy, which we later like put together was the same dude, he came up to me and was trying to tell me some story about, it was a very weird thing. They all called Kid Rock Bob, right?
Yeah.
And they all knew, like, they knew the Bonfire guys, Dan and Jay, and they would call them by their first names, and they knew all the other people, and like he was like, I just got like so-and-so's number from like one of their producers or something. And he's like, like he was gossiping basically in that voice, and I was kind of just like, okay, like whatever, man, this is weird. And then he says to me, he was like, yeah, you know, like KFC, I've always liked Popeyes better. And I was like, And he was like, hey, he kind of like knew it. He was like, nah, that's the most clever I could come up with. And I was like, yeah, man, I've heard that my whole career. And he was like, shit, man, shit. Like, and then he tried something again. He was like, well, hang on, let me think.
Let me think.
Yeah, he was like, let me think of another joke.
That's definitely what you want to do in a roast battle.
Stand there and think.
Wait. Give me a second. We got something.
And then he couldn't. He was just like, nah, I got nothing. I was like, cool, man,
Get the
go
fuck
away
from me,
and then we like were exchanging stories. He told me his story first, and he was like, oh, that's the guy. And I was like, oh, that's my guy too. We both fucking hate this guy. That was a great moment.
Yeah, dude. If you're watching, you fucking need to figure shit out.
Yeah, that guy sucked.
You suck.
That guy really sucked. Sorry, man. You know, I don't like to just like bully people, but that guy sucked.
I'm not saying your home address. I'm just saying what you look like and what your personality is, and neither are great.
At this point, I probably wish he was doxxed instead. I got sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Not sexually assaulted. I got physically assaulted. Like, you know, you shouldn't touch my genitals.
Wait, do you call your breasts your genitals?
No, that's what I mean. She didn't touch my genitals.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you shouldn't.
The fact that you just genuinely called them my breasts. Nobody reacted. So you call your breasts your genitals? Motherfucker, I don't have breasts. I don't have breasts. Not what I have, man. I just have a chest. That's it. Just chest. Did you call your breasts your genitals? That was fucked, man. That was fucked.
That was so
It's
mean.
4:20 right
That was
now.
so
I feel like we should
genuinely
be high, and we're not.
that was just fucking.
So yeah, Kevin has breasts. Kevin has tits. But this is gonna fuck our chocolate chances. Just start laughing about this. So I was physically assaulted by a cougar. So I was like standing kind of near the bar, right? And I like finished my beer and I leaned to put it on the bar like this at the same time that she pulled her move. And the move she pulled was the old, I'm going to run into you on purpose by accident. So I was standing here, she plans to bump into me. As that happened, I went like this. I was on like 1 foot putting my beer down. And she like kind of shoulder checks my shoulder. So I spun and like almost fell. And I was like, whoa. I was like, you good? Like, what was that? But as she did it, so she like hits into me, and then this hand, she just like rubs
your
like
breast.
that. Yeah. Like just left it there. Didn't squeeze it, just kind of like put pressure on. And just like went down my chest. And I was like, whoa. And just kind of like turned and went back to my business. And she kept walking with her friend, and Pavs was like behind me. And Pavs heard her go, well, that didn't work. And that was like, felt like a chick in the moment. I was like, yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, a quick shoulder slam and a dick grab.
You shoulder checked me and grabbed my breasts. Like, fucking no, that's not gonna work.
This chick's a fucking prude.
Yeah.
Guys go around just shoulder checking chicks and pinch their nipple. Like, fucking prude. Where's the next one?
Can't believe she didn't want to fuck me. But then that same woman later to you.
Yeah, we kept getting accosted by the same people.
If we were
It's like we had hitmen out for us.
if we were like crazier, despicable people, we could have just like double teamed that cougar. She was so desperate, man.
She
She roasted you, dude. She got you good.
She came up to me and I was wearing my Westport sweatshirt because it's the only warm thing I have here. and she
Because
like,
it's cold in Nashville.
It's
You
cold.
guys have good PR. I thought it was warm here. It's not. It's cold.
And she came up and she just kind of like she just said hers wasn't like a great. She kind of just like read Westport on my sweatshirt, and she went, Westport, is that in? She was shit faced. Westport,
Yeah.
is that in Connecticut? And I went, no, this one's Massachusetts. She just went, thought so.
That's New. You're not.
Like-
you're not Connecticut material.
Which
New
reminds
Euro.
me exactly of like literally the exact thing that happened to my friend once. His parents were divorced, and his dad came home and dropped him off in his new car, and he gets his mom's waiting in the doorway, and he walks his son to the door. His mom's in the doorway. She's smoking a cigarette. She goes, "New car? What is that? Is that a Corolla?" And he goes, "No, it's a." I don't know. She goes, "What is that? A Camry?" He goes, "No, it's a Corolla." She goes, "That's how." Which is such a fucked up thing to do.
As if a Camry is that much
Like,
better,
yeah.
even, you know?
No, you got the lesser version.
Okay, yeah, that
Sounds
checks
about
out.
right.
Checks out. That's fucking brutal, man.
Also, Westport, Mass is better than Westport, Connecticut. Suck my dick.
Bro, we have like 20 minutes to go. That's it.
That's good. Fine. We got Netflix, and that's it. We're done.
Okay. But no, then we got to do Am I the Asshole and our voicemails.
Okay. We are gonna go over, folks.
No, we got 30 actually. We got 30 actually.
Okay.
Netflix announced, or like people have been reporting on Netflix that they're like going down the tubes. They lost 200,000 subscribers last month. They expect to lose like 1 million in total. They said they're going to stop sharing, allowing password sharing, and they're going to up the price. Basically, all
And
the
they're
things,
gonna put in ads.
and they're going to put in ads.
So that's like one of the things I think is like that's all on the table.
Yeah,
Which is the fucking soft launch.
Yeah.
Of it's happening.
They'll roll it out in pieces, but it'll all happen. I mean, me and you are team commercial. That doesn't bother me too much.
Nope.
Also,
Love a commercial.
also the price.
Love a commercial break.
I'll tell you what, the price doesn't matter because I've been bootlegging my Netflix for a long time.
But I guess
I'll
I
be able
pay
to-
for all my shit. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't share one password.
I pay for HBO Max. I pay for Prime. I pay for actually almost I think everything except Netflix. I've always bummed Netflix.
Really?
It's always been on my brothers or girls or whatever. But I guess I'll have to pay for it eventually. The price has always been underpriced, if you ask me. But I guess now, not anymore when it's breaking apart into all these different. We've said this before. It's going to become cable. You're going to end up spending about $150 on 10 different streaming services that are $15 a month each, and it becomes cable. But it is interesting that Netflix has gone basically. They've plummeted, which. They were king of the castle. They were top of the mountain for a long time. It makes sense that in the era of in the last, 2 years, they've added 10. There was one streaming service in the beginning.
Right.
And they had it a lot for a long
there's
time.
way more than 10. I bet we don't know a bunch of them.
Yeah. Oh, there's 50. But I think
We
there's
have 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were all alone for probably too long. I think Netflix was probably like, why is nobody else doing this? And now that they are, they have to change. But what they should have done is been adapting on the fly so that they didn't have to be like, we're fucked.
Well, I also think their adapting was they're like, we're going to become a movie studio.
Yeah, and that was dumb.
Dude, I read that they put out 2 to 3 new pieces of content a day.
That's so stupid.
That's insane.
What they used to do was
Be it
perfect.
movies, miniseries, whatever, series.
Remember early on when it was like the new Netflix means it's going to be good because they only had 3 things that had ever come out.
Yeah.
And those were all good. And it was there was a name to a Netflix original. There was a cachet to it. And now it's
Now I would call it a negative.
yeah. Oh,
Now,
I mean,
if you're a Netflix original, I'd be like,
for every
watch that.
one Ozark, there's because what they did too, they love their algorithm. They fucking lean into that algorithm where they're people like a rom-com with a chick and a guy and this and that and and we're gonna make this cookie cutter movie and just churn those the fuck out. I do think their reality shows I think are all originals, right? Those fucking Love is Blind and those probably crush, but I don't think anything else.
They don't though. I was reading another article where it was breaking down the fucking. It was international, so it was these movies are the most popular movies in the country, and it was like Ghost Rider is the most popular movie in Taiwan, and then there's I forget what the most popular movie in France is, but they're all these movies that frankly suck.
Yeah.
They're not they were block office busts. They never caught on anywhere, and the article's point was essentially Netflix spends $13 billion a year, at least last year they did, $13 billion on new content, and they don't understand that people use their service as a Saturday morning on the couch on TNT.
Right.
Like
Just catch whatever.
Like I'll pay attention. I'll pay half attention. Give me like a good B action movie. Give me
Yep.
like fucking.
And me-
I'm trying to
I
think.
mean-
Like, give me Shooter. Give me fucking Shooter.
That's
which
like-
I watched on Netflix a bunch of times, and I think it's still on there. So I'm going against my word because I do have that.
But it, probably not for much longer because, like, I mean, everybody watched The Office in the pandemic, and then Peacock came out, and they were like, "We're taking The Office back. Thank you." But
By the way, do you know Modern Family's on Peacock? Modern Family's an ABC show.
ABC,
Yeah.
But so that's because ABC probably doesn't have a streaming service right now, and so they lease it out to them,
It's also on Hulu,
right?
But yeah,
and then,
but that's weird.
And then when ABC finally puts out ABC Plus, they're going to buy it back.
Does ABC not have a streaming service? You goddamn idiots!
I don't think they don't have like a.
I guess they don't really have shows. that you
Everybody has
stream.
like on demand.
Oh yeah, they have like they have
But-
the Grays and all those.
ABC app live stream. Yeah, like so ABC Live is a thing, but it's not like you can get a new original show,
Right,
Or you can
right.
go watch all your favorite because like Seinfeld is still on Netflix. That's insane. Oh wait, no, that was
Yes.
NBC. That was NBC.
Seinfeld's on Netflix now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was ABC,
But that's
actually
new.
So that feels weird. So like
Peacock was already out, I think.
Yeah. So what I think they still do is I think it's money. I think it's like they should take those $13 billion and say, I know you have Peacock, but we'll give you $4 billion for The Office,
Right.
Because that's what people want it for.
Yeah.
It's like don't spend it on shit that people don't want. But it's hard to just like admit that. You know what I mean? It's like. They do have Ozark, and they're like, let's make another one of those, but it's hard to make those. And if you keep flopping,
Yeah, it's such an easy thing to say.
I know, like just keep making Ozark, you know. But if you could get like one show, a couple reality shows, and have like 2 or 3 of the big rewatchables, like you're probably good.
Yeah,
but that's
think
harder
about
than it
one-
sounds.
That's a very successful TV channel.
Yeah, right.
Like,
right,
we got one hit, we got
a reality
2, 3
show,
reality
and then the
shows
goofy
that
stuff and
people
fun
like.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to think that like Netflix was so cutting edge, and now they're like the dinosaur that like didn't figure it out.
I wouldn't say dinosaur, but it's just like they are. It's almost like they're a regular studio where it's just like we'll spend $13 billion.
They're trying
so much.
They're
money.
fucking trying.
Let's say they spent $13 billion last year. Can you name 10 things they did?
All right. So, like, does Ozark count, or it has to be like new?
No, Ozark counts.
Okay, so like Ozark, Love Is Blind, is Emily in Paris?
Power of the Dog.
Emily in
I'll
Paris.
count Emily in Paris. I don't know when that came out, but I'll count it.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. I guess Adam Project that just came out.
Yeah.
That's within the last year. We're getting loose with the year, but that's fine. I don't care. I still want to see
Yeah.
them do 10.
Original. Yeah, I mean it's hard. Like, the fact that we're even like struck. Like I'm sure I could really rack my brain here and come up with it
Yeah.
if it wasn't a shot clock episode. But yeah, I mean that's not a good. It's not a good hit rate if you're spending.
And
$13
also,
billion, you can't-
none of those shows are good.
I also, in general,
I watched Bridgerton in a night, but I hated every second of it.
Yeah.
That's what Netflix shows are.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna watch this because
I'm gonna hate
it gets like it's like well wow you're running like any show. There's
that one
I
where
don't know.
MGK and Jamie Foxx would explode from doing drugs.
I
think
never
like
saw
2 years
that
ago.
one, but yeah, that
was a long time ago now.
That you remember you talking about that in Power or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But the yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's even their algorithm is just like here's bullshit that people like. Like Bridgerton's an objectively bad show.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But I watched it.
I think their algorithm. Oh, you was a big one.
Maid, I've heard of Maid. I haven't heard of most of these though. I thought even seeing them, I'd be like, oh yeah, right.
The Witcher is like a.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. See, the problem is like they need like Stranger Things. They need like It's almost like it's all spread out. Like if they had like a moment where it was like. Oh, you know what it is? It's like sex life is it's a lot of dumb shit, rom-com / like trashy romance that chicks like reality TV show trash. And then they have their like fun movies and then they try to have like their serious thing. Their formula is not wrong. I actually think it's right, but they just don't hit. And that's the major problem.
Oh, Squid Game. Forgot about Squid Game. That was a big one.
So wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like that's like they've had all the like why are they losing fucking It's still it is surprising to me that if I can understand that now all these other streaming services are coming out, so Netflix is taking a hit, but it shouldn't be plummeting.
No, it's
That Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Now that watching it, there's a lot. But I don't know. I don't know I don't know why. I honestly that's what it is. It's just there's budget and people have to decide.
Yeah.
Do I want to watch the new HBO. Like, I mean, people like I can't afford exactly what described to start it.
Right.
I have to make choices, and
You know what I heard?
if I had to cut a streaming service right now, I'd cut Netflix.
Yeah. I might cut it. Apple TV came in hot as like my favorite, and now it's.
Well, I think Apple TV's on the uptick.
I feel like I haven't been watching it much.
I don't watch it that often.
yeah,
but
you know what I've been watching?
I watch it less often, but all their shit's good.
I've been watching Winning Time, the Lakers show,
yeah.
right? And I just learned this today because I saw Kirk Minahan tweeting it. Like Jerry West has asked for a apology, basically.
Yeah.
And I was asking Kirk about it because he read the book and obviously was alive for it because he's so old and shit. And he was like, none of it is correct. Like, at least from, I guess, what his point of view was. Like, all of it is. Because I think it's an entertaining show. I don't necessarily think it's good because it's still a sports thing, which is never the most, the best for that. But if it's all incorrect, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
but I mean, do you watch a show being like, this is all fact?
No, but if
That's
if Jerry
actually
West
why-
was not a maniac, I remember being I didn't know Jerry West was like this, and apparently it's he wasn't.
I don't know.
He's a maniac drunk in this.
Oh, really?
He's a brooding, miserable, trashes his office.
That's Jason Clarke who plays him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so if things like that are not true, but just
that's actually I've been meaning to bring that up. That's why I like the rise of the docudrama.
the docudrama with that.
Because I hate documentaries because everyone watches it and this is fact.
Oh, so
And they go
because
over-
it's a scripted documentary,
when
if you
it's
will?
yeah. And I'm all right. I actually like the fucking.
Right. But that's all. If you just watch it with the same level of,
But people don't.
they don't.
Yeah. You should watch it with this is entertaining.
Because who knows what's fact? And actually, speaking of that, kind of related to Netflix, I don't know if this is true or not because I think it came from the mouth of Bert Kreischer. So fucking chop 80% truth off of it. But and maybe you can Google this while I say it. He said that Kodak invented the digital camera back in the day, and they were like, we can't let the world know about this because then we're fucked. So they tried to suppress it and never patented it, and then someone else eventually came along and got it when Kodak could have just been we're patenting.
What would you patent and just not make it?
Or switch gears and be we're gonna go away from film to digital cameras.
Yeah.
And then someone else just fucking how Kodak watched. Yeah, shout out Bert. It was true. That one was true. So they imagine that though, being you make TVs or something, you come up with the new TV, and you're we'll just hope that no one else ever figures it out. Someone's gonna figure this shit out.
Well, that's what happened with the EPL. That's why the Premier League was formed, because the English soccer in up until the late '80s, owners didn't want the games on TV because they thought it would kill ticket sales, and then
That's like a barstool brain idea. It's so short-sighted.
we make our money because at that time English soccer as a whole was 100 teams, and
But I do get it. That is very barstool. They were we need people to go to our website, not to YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's how we're making our money right now. And it's well, what we probably needed to do was take a hit for 6 months to then grow.
and then become a global game.
Right. But if you were well, we are barely we can't go we can't take a hit for 6 months. We'll go under or whatever.
Global league. I mean, it was already.
I don't think the Premier League had that problem, but when Barstool was trying to grow, the idea of we need to be able to pay salaries, we need to be able to give out bonuses, and and if, you know what I mean. So I can understand where sometimes it's easier to just be we got to just keep doing what we're doing. That's why it's hard to run a business, because you got to take risks and the right risks and then spend the money the right way, or you end up like Netflix, where it's well, we tried, we just totally fucked it up. All right, Am I the Asshole today is brought to you by Manscaped. You are an asshole if you don't manscape. You are an asshole if you do your trimming and don't use Manscaped products. Because, you can't just let your shit run wild. You can. It's not naked and afraid, dude. You're not just out in the woods fucking living your best life with your bush everywhere. I don't mind a little. You don't have. I'm not saying you got to be an inside-out cat, all smooth. I'm just saying you can't be everywhere, Especially guys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
some guys out there.
It's the only place I got it. Shave my chest.
Man, there was this guy at the Comedy Jam who was. Did you see him? He was just dancing by himself the whole time.
No.
Fucking headbanging, and then one song he just kept going. He kept biting his lip.
No, I don't remember this guy.
Pat, you saw him, right? Do you remember that, or did you black it out? Yeah, he was fucking unreal. He was so goddamn funny. By himself the whole time, he was sweating like Josh was. He was like, he thought he was on stage. So go to manscaped.com/KFC. You can get 20% off your order, which you get the lawnmower clipper, which is nick-proof and waterproof, and it has a light. You can get all their like lotions and serums. They also sell like boxers that don't help you not sweat. They have the toiletry bags. They've got really everything you need to keep your body like clean, fresh, smelling good, looking good. Manscaped.com, code KFC, sorry, not /KFC. Manscaped.com, code KFC to get 20% off plus free shipping. And get the crop reviver, the crop preserver, the bald toner, all of that. What is the magic mat? Ooh, that is a good idea. I should have invented that.
Yeah.
Because every time I trim, even like when I'm shaving, and it just goes everywhere on the sink, and then you do that thing where you gotta cup the water and shoot it around to try to get the water off.
I never see the magic mat in action, but there is something I've seen with like, I don't know if it's magnets or sticky.
The thing?
Yeah, like the apron.
It's a good idea. It's preposterous though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hook that thing around my neck and then suction cup it to the
Suction
wall.
cups, that's what it is.
So this looks like just something you stand on and then you can fold it all up. That just looks like literally a mat. I don't know. I don't know if there's any technology to it.
I think it's literally like a little newspaper.
Yeah.
They send it with you.
What you need is a mat that has some sort of like static electricity or something, so the hair like just like, you know what I mean?
That's very smart.
Right? I don't know if that's a thing, but if it could just like suck into it, or you stand on something that has like a little vacuum, just sucks it in. Anyway, manscaped.com, promo code KFC, 20% off plus free shipping. Am I the asshole? Okay. Oh, I got one that's not really like an am I the asshole, but I'll turn it into one. Let me find that. We'll start off with that one because it was funny. I'll call it, am I the asshole for trying to get my boyfriend to stop digging his tunnel? So I know it's a weird question, but my boyfriend likes to spend a lot of his time digging a tunnel on some property that he inherited. I haven't seen the full extent of it, but last I saw, it was remarkably deep under the surface. He spent roughly a year on it, and it's evident. The front of the thing is deep, wide, and well put together. At the front, which is the only part I've seen, he's got cement beams, electric lights, even chairs, and a small table. I haven't gone into it, but it looks like the quality severely dropped as the tunnel went further, mostly becoming open dirt with some wood beams holding it up. My biggest concern is his safety. I'm really worried that he's going to dig too deep and it'll collapse on him or something. I've tried voicing this concern to him, but he just laughs it off and assures me he'll be fine. Aside from safety concerns, there's also the fact that he doesn't really have a social life because of this thing. It's pretty much the only person I'm pretty much the only person he still talks to outside of his job, and he doesn't go out and do anything anymore. It used to be that he'd occasionally head out and do some digging on the weekends, but now he spends almost all of his free time out there. He still comes home, but he barely spends any time with me, and I know that he isn't doing anything but digging that damn hole in the ground. This can't be good for his mental health, but I don't know how to convince him to stop. He's always really happy when he comes back from digging, which is why I haven't seriously tried to stop him before. But I was talking to my friend about him, and she told me he might be going crazy. Obviously, I don't think he's insane, but I hadn't considered the mental health aspect of this. And I just don't know what to do. So it's not really that my asshole. It's more of like a holy shit. What's the situation here?
The situation is this dude is the fucking man.
He's awesome. He is so cool. This guy is the fucking best. I will completely 100% side on her with the safety though. That if you don't know what you're doing, a tunnel can absolutely.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this thing. I'm gonna say this dude is 100% the man.
He's gonna die.
Also, I will 100% side with her on everything. Of course, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, this is a coin toss. This is like an even Steve.
It's not like obviously I don't think there's something mentally wrong with him. Like no, obviously there is something.
Yeah, no, he's crazy.
He digs a tunnel every day, all day.
This is actually very reminiscent of.
He's an adult. Like yeah. When I was 6, I used to try to dig to China. He's an adult man. I realized I can't dig to China now, so I stopped trying. And maybe he's just a dreamer.
This is strictly 100% because of the movie Stir of Echoes featuring Kevin Bacon, which is a movie I'm the only person in the world who references that movie. He goes through a digging phase because he's like kind of possessed and like there's ghosts and he's haunted.
Yeah.
And he's like digging and he ends up finding, spoiler alert, a body because of it. Maybe Maybe he's digging for something. Maybe he's not just
Oh, you think
digging.
he's got, which would be insanity still.
Yeah, but
something's
maybe he's
calling him to dig.
Right, like he has a calling. Like voice, like you feel the dreams. If you build it, they will come.
What if you could have callings for things like, I feel like there are only two callings you're allowed to have in life. You're allowed to have a calling to the frock, to the priesthood. The
frock. Yes, a higher power.
Or a calling to
Your talent, like your job, like your skill.
No, I think I honestly don't think you can have a calling to that. I guess maybe to like music and shit like that. But I was gonna say to like defend your country, to patriotism.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
like those are the two
I'll say
only
those
two
are
like
the two
respected callings.
Yeah.
Like if you were like, what if you were just you were fucking cashier at Walmart and you're like, I had a calling to this. People would be like, what are you fucking nuts? Why don't you say it?
Yeah, no. Well, because a calling
It's
has
respectable in those other two
a calling has to
Any other
imply
field,
that you like are a
there's sacrifice happening.
and that it's like a thing that you're doing.
If you're a cashier at Walmart, there's sacrifice happening. If you're a cashier at Walmart, there's sacrifice happening. You're getting fucked by the Waltons.
Yeah, but that's the best you can do.
That's not true. Why is that? What does they have? They just had a calling.
Because you're a fucking cashier at Walmart.
But that was their calling. You're doing exactly what I thought you were gonna do. You're looking down on the Walmart cashiers, just like everyone does. Oh, if I had an American flag on my arm, or if I had a priest, I think it's called a frock. That's why I said it. If I had a frock
I
on,
thought the frock was the
collar, then that's what I meant to say. The collar. If I had the collar on, you'd be like, wow, what an honorable man this is, because he had a calling and he stuck to his calling. This guy's an honorable man. I'm coming around on him. He's honorable. He has a calling.
tunnel digger is honorable.
It's the fucking dig, bro. He's got a calling to fucking dig.
The big dig, man.
Dude, this guy, he can do anything he wants in this world. He fucking digs. Because that's what his calling is for.
I just love the thought that he like will tell his friends or his girlfriend, just like, I'm digging, man. Like, because not only does he do it, but he's got to talk about it, right? Like he's got to be like, oh, today, man, I did like 6 or 7 feet today. Hit some real like hard sediment, but we also got through to the he's got like tunnel talk now. I mean, that to me is the best part of it, just being a tunnel enthusiast.
Yeah, and he'll die down there, no doubt. But he'll die happy. He'll die in the dirt. Like he always wanted to
Die, no doubt.
I mean, like, dude, like this is one. He has no formal tunnel digging training. There's no way he's putting up proper support beams. He's gonna collapse on him. He's going.
Wait,
to die.
I mean, the first thing said he had cement and he had fucking beams. Like he already took it a step further than I thought he would.
It's also like I think it sounds like he has a regular job. Like it's not like he works.
Yeah, no,
construction
well,
like.
Yeah, you know what? It's like there's a 9 to 5, and then there's fucking.
Yeah, he clocks out down at the pharmacy and heads over.
What could be his? I think the idea that he has a mental disability, a disorder, a calling, or like he's possessed is more reasonable than any other like quote unquote logical answer.
Yeah,
like what? Why
because
would
there is
you dig?
Those are the logical answers.
Like
that
is he digging for gold?
He's an insane
is he digging
person.
for.
No, because he's digging across.
Yeah, it's a tunnel. It's not a hole.
That's not how you would. You wouldn't dig for gold. It's just like I'm just gonna go 6 feet down and dig
sideways
all the way under this thing.
This guy's fucking awesome, man. Just the best. Guys are the best. Nobody's an asshole here. Everyone's right.
Yeah, and literally everyone here is right. Honestly, except for the guy.
Except for the tunnel digger, he's nuts.
He's so wrong,
bro.
He's great. He's just wrong, and he's gonna die.
If this was in real life, though, like I would hate you. I'd be like, stop digging your fucking tunnel. Enough with the goddamn tunnel.
Oh, dude, imagine it was your wife. Imagine like your wife or girlfriend.
See, this is why girls suck, though. Chicks suck because there is not any universe, any scenario in this world where a girl would be a tunnel digger. There's not one girl who would ever be like, fucking digging this tunnel. And it's awesome that guy just has to dig a
inherited
tunnel.
some new land. You know what that?
Yeah,
Gal.
big time.
Tunnel
let's go.
time.
Yeah, like when guys do dumb, fucking, like illogical shit, it's awesome. You know, it's cool. That's when I say like chicks don't have hobbies. Like you don't dig tunnels. that should be like if I was on dating apps and shit, like opening lines, I'd be like, would you ever consider digging a tunnel? Would you ever consider spending would you ever dig a tunnel on like your off time?
How many tunnels have you guys done?
Not in recent years, not many, but
At the beach, plenty.
I had.
Yeah, like you're never gonna catch a girl at the
I'll
beach.
take a tunnel.
You'll dig tunnels?
I'll dig a tunnel right now if you want.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
She
I was
pointed the
kidding.
mic like, damn. So guess what you're doing today?
No, I'm kidding.
Get on your
I gotta
fucking.
work.
You hope you brought some work clothes.
Yeah, get on your boots, get on your hard hat, go get a shovel, a spade, and start digging. Like when you go, have you dug tunnels at the beach? No, you haven't. Digging tunnels at the beach is awesome.
yes.
At what age?
I don't know. But a tunnel is just a hole, like a big hole.
Yeah, like tunnels. To be honest,
that.
you gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, I can be honest. I've never dug a tunnel at the beach. I've dug a lot of holes.
Tunnels. That's what I'm saying. This guy is awesome. Tunnels are hard.
Yeah.
Tunnels will collapse in on you very quickly if you don't do it right.
Yeah, I didn't have a death wish as a kid. So
I even in her words, she was like, "I'll be honest, the front is pretty impressive." She's like, "Holy shit, you're a fucking tunnel digger." Girls will just
his
never
tunnel
be
is that
like,
meme of the horse.
"Yeah, it just gets worse and worse and worse." Yeah. Just like ladies, dig more tunnels. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it right there. That's the fucking the tunnel. Am I the asshole for pointing out historical inaccuracies of my girlfriend's erotic writing? My 20.
Gotta be honest, probably for sure.
I would say so. Yeah. Me, 23 male. My girlfriend, 20 female. My girlfriend let me use her old computer while mine is broken, and I found an old archive wrote by her.
This guy's playing editor in chief.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me the fucking inaccuracies when you say I found an archive wrote by her when she was 16. It's a long story about a maid in the antebellum South that has a romantic affair with the man of the house. It is not as overtly sexual as you may be thinking. I mean, I wasn't really going there right away yet.
Well,
you?
I was going probably towards the obvious rape of this maid.
Oh.
Right.
I was going to go
antebellum South. That would
I was going to go.
The maid's a slave.
I was yes, but I was going to go with like torrid, forbidden affair, but consensual. So
we're going consensual. Okay,
that's where John's
you
brain went
with the slave.
That's what they call him, John.
I'm going to go that it was
John Rape Feidelberg. Hi, my name's John. They call me Rape. It has sex mostly towards the ending.
What the fuck was that? That was worse than the breast thing.
No, I was going to say that was payback for the breast thing. The maid is clearly meant to be a version of my girlfriend. Everything was fine for me until the part when they arrived to a train station. The maid wanted to leave because she couldn't bear for their romance to be hidden anymore. Wait, everything was fine for me up until the part when they arrived to a train station. The maid wanted to leave because she couldn't bear for the romance to be hidden anymore. The man was following her. I mean, this guy is like a fucking third grader wrote this. The man was following her to try to convince her to stay. The issue is that I found the general representation of the station and later in the story the trains themselves to be full of anachronisms. How is he going to drop anachronism on me after the first paragraph? What's an anachronism?
Probably word he made up because I don't know either.
Historical inaccuracy.
Okay, historical inaccuracy.
Thanks, Duke.
I am a train enthusiast. Thanks, who?
Duke.
What's that mean?
That's where he went to college.
Oh yeah. I thought it was gonna be some sort of joke about his new hair. I was hoping it was making fun of his physical appearance like usual. I guess we strayed from that one.
No, Stefan just told him it looked bad the other day.
Really?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I said it kind of looks like he's wearing a bad wig.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I like it.
How did you react to that? Were you just like, okay, fuck
Just
you?
being an asshole the whole night, so I didn't really. I don't think I really.
How long did you?
Yeah, sure we were.
How long did you use Sunny to get it that color?
Oh no, I did 6 hair dyes to get it.
Oh, I saw that tweet the other day. You had like the kit and everything with the gloves. And
Yeah,
all
well,
that.
it was really just me and my friend got drunk, and she was like, "I'll do it for you," and I was like, "Okay." So yeah, we dyed it 6 times to get it this color.
It looks good, but when you're hungover, you do look like someone from from Twilight.
Yeah.
You
Which, like,
you're
I would
pale.
imagine to.
What?
I mean, that wouldn't be an insult to anybody. I'll take looking like someone from Twilight over me.
Yeah, they're fucking hot.
Take almost anything, bro. Maid wanted to leave. Okay, anachronisms. I am a train enthusiast. By the way, we have 3 minutes to go. I'm a train enthusiast, and I know a lot about the history of rail transportation in the United States. So I talked to my girlfriend about it, but she got upset because she said I shouldn't have read that because it was personal because it was a personal thing from when she was a teenager. She was also mad that my reaction was something as superficial as the level of the train accuracy. Yeah, you an asshole.
Oh, this is the worst.
Yeah,
this is the worst. Also, I was right on the rape thing. But this dude is like, the woman's trying to leave. The
Yeah.
guy's chasing her. Like,
Yeah,
I was right.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah,
I'm right.
She didn't want to be in private or whatever.
I'm right. It was a forbidden love, like I said. This dude,
Guess why he didn't want to go public with Kevin?
right. But I know that, but there's no rape. How about the top comment? This dude is on the spectrum. And as a fellow autistic guy, I could probably set him straight with a 15-minute one-on-one, going back through the files. He says, but my trains part is just some spectrum shit. he might be right that it's just like you're just fixating.
Yeah, he's not an asshole because he's autistic. He's just autistic and also an asshole, it feels like.
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
But also
it is funny that
why
like,
I wouldn't go through
rape like this slavery story and talk about the train.
Yeah, why? Why is that? I would actually go so far to say that she's the bigger asshole in the situation because there's something deeply wrong with you if you're like, I'm going to write my erotica. Oh yeah, it takes place in the antebellum South.
Hey, that's what I mean. That's what we should be dissecting here. Like you really chose a backdrop.
Is it
that
modern
was,
day? Like, oh no. Back when we owned people.
Yeah. So like, I fell in love, man. I'm just ready to write my story. So picture this: 1940s Auschwitz. Okay. Here we go.
By the way,
what the fuck, man?
It's one of the most
people
romantic stories I ever read happened in Auschwitz.
People do. That's what I mean. Like there are certainly love stories
the
like that.
tattooist of Auschwitz
but it's
had me in fucking tears. Dude, the tattoo of Auschwitz, I can't spoil the end of it because it's going to become a TV show. Like, I think HBO already optioned it. But boy.
Yeah, that was a big one, right?
The end of it is fucking insane what happens.
But that's what I mean is like, those are, and I get why you do it because slavery and the Holocaust and these things of like the deepest, worst atrocities.
When you find
there's love in a hopeless place. Yeah, I get why you do that. I just think you're kind of crazy when you take on that.
Come on, you gonna give me that one?
What, found love in a hopeless place?
Yeah.
Rihanna reference?
Yeah. That's a good one. You didn't give me like a little
Well, because I just thought it was like, yeah.
All right, fine, fuck. It wasn't as good as I thought.
No, I mean, I think it's a solid, it's not like funny. It was just like.
Well, it wasn't funny. It was just like, just talk about an attaboy.
That's why, I've said that before about anybody who meets through KFC radio. I'm like, you guys found love and hope.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into voicemails. Let's do it in 10 seconds. This is overtime. It's 11:10. How many times do you think I could have got Pavs to go back and forth?
A million.
I was working on like 7. But then he stopped. Would you just put it in the middle?
Yeah, just put it in the
Okay. I mean, he did it. It was amazing. I've never felt more power in my life. He was just boing, 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 boing.
15 seconds, like that question.
Yeah.
What up, guys? It's your boy Smiley. Got a question for you. Was listening to the last episode where you guys were talking about kind of like the unwritten rules of the bus. What are some other unwritten rules that like us as society need to follow?
That's a great short question.
What was the bus?
I don't know, but real quick, in order to make these shot clock episodes possible, from now on, you don't have to say all of our names. That is just you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Because the names there's so many more names. We're going to be shouting out Stefan next. It's like, Jesus Christ. The bus, the unwritten rules of the bus.
Did anyone remember that?
The bus.
No.
It was like the pregnant woman standing, sitting. So who do you give it up for?
I see it's something.
Yeah. That was just like mass transition. The other unwritten rules. I mean, see, the thing about like there's a difference between manners and unwritten rules, though. So you got to like rack your brain to try to find some actual unwritten rules because a lot of those just end up falling over like I think there should be an official kind of unwritten rule. It's a little bit cliche, a little bit hack, but like anything, if you're further than 10 feet away, I'm not holding a door for you, sort of thing.
This is an unwritten rule that I would break constantly. I don't think you should be able to look at your cell phone and walk.
What?
I don't think you should be able to look at your cell phone and walk.
Look at yourself on a walk? Is that what you're saying?
At your cell phone and walk.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, I'm like a fucking running back.
Are you
walking
talking about
through,
like
New York
FaceTiming?
now.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, no, okay, fine. That's a happy medium.
Can't FaceTime in public?
Yeah, can't FaceTime in public.
I
Can't
love
have
that.
any. No, I'm gonna go back down. You're okay. Whenever I stand up, it's gonna be real quick. That's
So wait,
the rule,
so-
that's the rule for life.
so
There's
say-
another one.
say you're
When
walking around.
when you're standing up, it's gonna be fast.
I will always be sitting if possible. No FaceTiming in public is great.
No speaker.
No speakers. Like people who play music.
Yeah,
out loud.
yeah,
That's
right.
stupid. People who put their water bottle directly in the line of vision when we're having a podcast.
Why? That's
Discussing
bad?
each other. Great.
I like it. Works good for me.
It's making me realize your eyes are very close together.
What the fuck? No, they're not, dude.
Because it's almost blocking out your whole eyes.
Block out your eyes too.
I have a friend who's a bitch and an eye doctor who told me that I have eagle eyes. She's like, yeah, some people they're close. Yours are just really close together. I'm like, you're an eye doctor. Don't fucking tell me that shit.
Your eyes are totally normal.
Oh yeah, then she
Goat
goat
eyes.
eyes.
Goat
But that's
eyes.
the opposite. Fuck. I don't know.
That's honestly though, when you ended it with she's an eye doctor, I'm on her side now.
Yeah, well, she says
Probably.
it's canon. That's
Yeah.
Every time I see her,
like-
she tells me, she's like,
So I got a friend. They tell me I have cancer. They're a dickhead. He's a fucking doctor. He's probably right. Like,
No,
it's
she,
just-
she definitely is. It's just in my head now. Would have been fine without that.
fuck.
unwritten rules. Sex should last 13 minutes. That should be an unwritten rule.
What's that?
Sex should last 13 minutes.
I'm sure that's another one I'll break. Dude, I don't know. This is fucking hard. Shout out like places you'd be. You can go unwritten rules.
How about I don't know how
I'm
I
like
can
trying to foul.
my-
I'm trying to think like too quick, like Dr. X, because I know we're on the shot clock, and I'm trying to like I'm moving
Professor
too
X?
fast to be a Professor X, whatever.
Yeah.
That dude's Dr. X.
Give him his proper respect. He's a professor. He got another
I'm giving
degree.
you too high a respect. You're like,
he
"Don't
got
take
another
it down.
degree.
Don't take it down."
Can I just? I don't know if this is an unwritten rule, but I just want to make fun of the Muslim women at the grocery store for a second. I'm just describing them. It had nothing to do with it. They were.
You're all fucked up for that.
Their performance getting me my endless pounds of cold cuts it was insane. There was 3 chicks, they were all just talking, and I stood at the deli counter and they were just like looking at me. They would keep talking. They were like, and I said, "Hi, can I get some?" Can I get something? Because I was like, "Am I in the right spot?" And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "What? I'm sorry. Can I get some lunch meat here?" And then she proceeded to try to give me ham for turkey, and then tried to give me an entirely like incorrect type of ham. It was like a pepper cracked, whatever.
Try to give you the good kind.
No, it was like you know that like skinny pink turkey. I don't like that at all. Like rather than being like a regular size. Anyway, it's just what it really comes down to. Maybe my unwritten rule. We can cut that. My unwritten rule is like there has to be some agreed upon level of service. Like north, south. Oh, you're on like Southern time now. No, you're too fucking slow down here.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be some sort of. There should really be no. The unwritten rule should be there should be no like downtime during a transaction. You know what I mean? Like you're my waiter, or you're serving me something, or you're pumping my gas. You're providing whatever good or service. You know, you should just be like doing that the whole time. There's no stopping to like. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll get to that in a second. Like, let me go over here and do this. Like, I'll get to you. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it going. Keep it fucking moving.
I had the exact opposite experience in Jamaica, where it was like, dude, leave me alone for a minute. Where it was 2 on top of you. So
Were they coming around? Like,
it was just like I'd be sitting at the bar, and he'd be like, "You need anything? You need anything?" And he'd hang out and talk to me. I'd be like, "Dude, I just want to chill."
Yeah, I can understand that.
I don't want to have a conversation.
Okay, but that's them coming to you. I agree with that. But if you come to him and you're like, "Can I get a drink?"
Oh,
and he's like, yeah, what do you want? You order it, and then he like decides to dump the ice for a second, ring somebody else up. It's like once this starts, we should fucking get it done.
I get that.
And I hate people like, "Oh, that's like you're an impatient New Yorker." It's like I know I am, but also meet me somewhere in the middle where it's like just get this shit done.
Yeah. Okay.
Next voicemail. Whoa, my man had the low flow pressure in that shower.
KFC crew, just listened to the Thursday podcast, and you guys were talking about family hooking up other family, and I kind of have a story to tell off that. So, my aunt and my uncle started dating back in high school, and they both have. My aunt has a sister. My uncle has a brother. Now, my aunt and my uncle got married right out of high school, and my aunt knew that my uncle, who she married, had a brother, and she had a sister, and she thought it'd be a great idea to hook them up after they got married. They ended up getting them to date, then their siblings got married. So technically, that's like incest, if you want to call it that.
No, it's not.
But
Close.
what makes the situation worse is that at every family get together, whether it's a wedding, reunion, even a fucking funeral, my aunt feels the need to tell every one of the kids, you know, there's incest in our family, and just brags that she caused it. Like, she eats that shit up. So my question to you guys is, what's the weirdest thing either you or someone you know has bragged about?
Oh boy, yeah, we went all over that.
Yeah, that was a serpentine route.
That's not even close to incest.
That's not incest, but also the aunt who brags about it.
She has a kink. She's
got to go with the antebellum chick. We gotta unpack your sexual stuff.
No, she likes that. She thinks it's cool. I bet they swing those. I bet they're swapping the whole time. When that does get weird, remember like a couple weeks ago we talked about the twins who married the twins and then had the babies. So technically they're brothers because they have the same DNA, but they're also cousins.
Oh, right.
That's where it gets wacky. But technically that's all good. I know one of my best friends, his dad and his brother moved to Miami with like, you know, they just picked up like nothing in their pockets, like moved in like the first day, they, like met these two sisters and they were like, yeah, we're just like trying to make it in Miami, and they like loved their story and they all fell in love and got married. So there's just two brothers met two sisters, and that's what this is, right? Yeah, I guess it's brother sister and not instead of sister sister. You know what I mean? Yeah. This was like the sex crossover, the gender crossover, but it's not incest. What's the weirdest thing someone has bragged about?
I had a buddy in high school who they took such big shits every time it hurt.
The fact that you had that on deck is really funny.
Dude,
because you guys your whole lives have been like, that's so fucking weird. You brag about that, dude.
As soon as he asked it, I was like, oh, I
know, I got mine.
Like, dude, every time I shit, it hurts. That's I don't have another one.
Yeah, no, that's a walk off right there. That is. I think if you're still bragging about like high school sports or anything like too deep in the past, that gets a little like you suck. But like it's gonna be hard pressed to find something better than I take big poops. Is that even a good thing?
Dude, no.
You're in pain.
That's what I mean. Like
it's a mess, and this whole thing is bad.
Every time I take a shit, it hurts, and like I've clogged so many toilets. Like so, I like not only does it, are you in pain? You have chores.
Yeah.
Every shit you take,
and he's like, "Fuck it."
Imagine every time you take a shit, they're like, "All right, like it's just."
But he's saying he's saying this with like a.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's like I'm a man.
Yeah,
right? That's what he's doing. Yeah. Like, I pissed so long, I overflow toilets. Great, man, awesome. Imagine that. Imagine you.
I feel like, dude, there was a time. I honestly, it might have been when we were here, where like I like got up in the middle of the night to take a piss, and then it just sounded like it was like getting full, and I was maybe this was even a dream. I've been having nightmares since I got here. So it's like that would be an anxiety
overflowing the toilet.
Overflow the toilet. Fuck.
I'm just gonna really quickly Google that because you know sometimes it's like if you lose your teeth in your dream, it means XYZ.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see if there's something for overflowing the toilet. Had a dream. Play the next one. Last one.
Fights, Nick, Jackie, everyone. Sitting here working from home and watching one of the episodes.
Pause it real quick. I mean, there's actually
you guys are a whistle pick.
Like the fact that I did not think this was gonna work.
Oh, no.
Like dream of overflowing the toilet, meaning and interpretation.
Go ahead.
Hang on. Let's see. Meaning of dream overflowing toilet water. Signs of poor metabolic function and poor physical condition. What does a dream of flooding the toilet mean? The meaning of the dream fortune telling that something overflows from the toilet depends on the situation. It is said that the dream of flooding the toilet is not a very good dream. This is written by like someone from this is like broken English, but there's an unstable
Someone who knows what dreams mean. Okay.
Yeah. There are two meanings. One is that it represents a decline in metabolic function and poor physical condition. Another is the unstable mental aspect. You can think of the toilet bowl as your mental device. The fact that the toilet bowl overflows with water means you have enough stress and trouble to overflow the toilet bowl.
Yeah, that makes
If for
sense.
some reason you are currently in a state of spirituality, it may be necessary to take an opportunity to review the current situation and stabilize your mental state. It also just might mean that you have stomach and intestinal issues. But all of that. You haven't pooped, you got bad stomach, you got a ton of stress, you're overflowing the bowl.
Literally all
Dreams
of that.
mean shit, man. Dreams.
Literally all of that.
It's so funny that like I would think that like I was Googling that as a joke. But when you
That was so genuine.
That was so genuine. That was up there with I got the worst fucking voice. Fuck my damn life. My damn life. Like when people say when we do ATI, what's your autobiography? What should it be called? Fuck my damn life.
Goddamn. I said goddamn.
Oh, I love it.
Goddamn.
But like, yeah, it's funny. Like, there's been billions of people on the planet. They've all been dreaming every night. Of course, there's going to be somebody who pisses until they overflow the bowl. There's a ton of you guys out there. Overflow, pissing dreamers unite, dude. You're not alone. This guy's so depressed now. Let's get to fucking this guy north of the wall here.
See, who's what's his name? Chad Johnson? No, Chris Johnson.
Who's that?
I don't know. He's like a Nazi. What's his name?
Yeah, now I know you're talking about.
Yeah, right. I think it's like Charles Johnson or something like that.
Yeah, let's
He seems like a nice guy though. I don't think he's
not a Nazi. I don't think. Just look.
I don't know if the other one is either. I don't think I can say that. Allegedly. I gotta pee.
From home and watching one of the episodes where you guys are at Whistle Pig and saw the guy call in and ask about the sweater shaver and the inventions you would wish you would have had earlier in your life and whatnot. But it got me thinking of a different question. So in Christmas Story, how a kid sticks his tongue to a pole and obviously it gets stuck. Well, 5th grade Jack thought that would be a great idea to see if that was real. Went out after church, Super Bowl Sunday no less, go out, stick my tongue to my basketball pole, my rusty ass basketball pole outside, thinking this doesn't really work, it's just a movie. Well, sure enough, science is in fact real. It gets stuck. I panic, rip my tongue off, and just the entire tip of my tongue, bloody, disgusting, hurts like hell for like 3 weeks. It was terrible. So my question now is, what is the dumbest thing you have thought either wouldn't work or wasn't real that you tried and found out the hard way was real? KFC, if it's when you tried to put the sweater shaver on your tongue when you were a kid, go for it. But just want to get your thoughts on that. Thanks, guys. Viva.
By the way, some of these questions are so good. Sometimes it's almost like a disservice that we just do them on the fly. Like like if I sat down and like wrote a blog and like thought that out, there's probably so many good ones.
Dumbest thing you ever did that you thought wouldn't work?
Yeah, like you didn't expect. Like that's not gonna really happen.
I got put hot oil under water, like flaming oil.
I know, like
grease fire.
You put water on it and it just explodes.
Definitely shouldn't use water.
Yeah, no, that's a real one. I believe them when they said that one.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That was one. I grew up in fucking the north. Of course, I've licked the pole before. Got my tongue stuck to it.
Have you?
What am I, an idiot?
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, ski pole, ski lift. Didn't get super stuck, but got stuck enough that I had to pull it off and bled. Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't like fucking.
Does it like leave skin behind or no?
No, it wasn't. It was like I knew what was gonna happen. So it was like a the first time you eat a butt, you know. And
somehow I think that's worse. Somehow I think that makes it.
Yeah, it's way worse.
Just like the tip of your tongue, just like a little piece of the butt, like a single spoke. Like I'd be like, oh, you know what I mean? Nobody even likes that.
feels like you're just poking me. Because like, even that much of your tongue is just dry, probably. Nah, it's wet. Those are the two I got. It was, I was at Cranmore. I was a kid. Just like, hey, let's put your tongue on the thing. I was like, all right.
I mean, I can see myself saying
Eating
like,
charcoal makes you puke.
Interesting. I have eaten charcoal. I didn't puke though.
Like you eat the kind you're supposed to.
I thought that was to beat a breathalyzer.
No.
Because one time I just downed.
Like charcoal pills, right?
Yeah, I just chomped. I mean, I had a black mouth.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. We were doing that for fun, to be honest. I wasn't driving. I didn't need to beat a breathalyzer. I didn't need to throw up. I was just like, I'll do it too. There was a guy in the car who was trying to beat it. I can just picture myself saying, like, well, they were right. I shouldn't have done that, but I don't know.
I mean, I say it every day. That's one of the things. I've overwhelmed myself. I've flooded the market with bad ideas.
This one is kind of lame, but like, I remember, like they say to get, like when you're changing your kid's diaper, it's like get the diaper ready first because they might start to pee. And I just like, that's not how I did it. I would like clean them up first, like bag up the other diaper and then get a diaper. And like the first time Keegan started pissing everywhere, I was like, should have had the diaper ready. It's not a very glamorous one, but I was just like, you guys were right. That tip was logically correct. I could see why that was the right way to do it. Didn't do it and paid the price for it. We'll think about that one. They'll tweet at us and we'll get it going on social media. The best thing, the thing that you thought was, you know, how do you word it? The thing that you thought
dumbest thing you thought wasn't true.
Dumbest thing you thought wasn't true. It's a good one. And we'll get into our interviews today. Who do we got?
Carly and then Craig.
Carly Aquilino's on the show. One of the funniest chicks out there. Friend of the program at this point. She just rolls through and chops it up. As always, she's great. Let's talk to Carly.
It was atrocious. My mom was so like against me going to teen
like
night.
with good reason. I'm sure you thought she was like an asshole, but like when you look back on it,
well,
like for the creeps of the world to just know that at this night there'll be 15-year-old girls there.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
She let me go once, and it was so bad. She was like, there was like a huge line around the
That's
thing.
the best part is getting like dropped off.
She stood in line with me. Do you understand? I was like, Mom, no, it's fine. Like it's a line. It's okay. And she was like, no, I'm just gonna wait. I'll just stand here with you. I'm like, oh my God, you're ruining my life. Like at the time, it ruins your life.
That was like as a kid, you like asked to get dropped off. Not
10 blocks away. Yeah.
Let alone a club.
Like my mom's standing in line with me at the club.
Dude.
And then she asked the bouncer when I was going in the door, she was like, can you hold her purse in case she, like, so she doesn't lose it? And the guy was like, what? Like, why would I hold your daughter's purse all night?
And then did she pick you up too?
She waited in the
car.
lot.
I was just
She was
didn't even
she's
leave.
like, come back out in an hour and a half.
And then you get in there, and you just like hoe it up for a little bit, like grinding with some like 8th grade boy.
I
or some
went
shit.
with like, it was like they were having, you know, when they would have like celebrity night at the club, and it was, you remember that show Growing Up Gotti? It was like the Gotti boys. They were like making an appearance, and I was, of course, obsessed.
Right. Like,
and they,
my husband.
Yeah, they signed a dollar bill and gave it to me.
Big thanks to Carly. Fashion icon, Carly Aquilino.
Yeah.
She's one of those girls.
She had a new ad the other day, too. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I saw that. It was...
That was Ghost Kitchen stuff. I looked at the game better.
But she's got a lot of that money's popping off. That girl's paid, bro. She's like you. She can put on like anything and it just like works, I think, for some reason.
Thanks.
All right, Craig Robinson up next, icon from The Office and Hot Tub Time Machine, and you didn't get to do this interview with me. I did
know,
solo.
it was unfortunate.
But the real highlight was like I was like, so tell me about Hot Tub Time Machine, man. Like that became this cult classic, and like tell me about it. And we were kind of having like an in-depth discussion, and then at one point, very meta because they do this in the movie. He was like, I mean, the title is Hot Tub Time Machine, dude. Like, I was like, do people expect it to become this thing? Or did they make it knowing it was a joke? Or were they thinking, you know, I think we might have something here? And he goes, the title is Hot Tub Time Machine. I was like, you're right. I think he said he came up with that name or something to the effect. He had a moment where he decided he looks, when he looks at the camera and he goes like, this must be like it's like a hot tub time machine. And that was his idea. So some cool behind the scenes shit with him. Craig Robinson on KFC Radio. Talk to him.
But This Is the End was crazy.
This is the end.
This is the end.
I mean, the cast. Is
we were there
nuts.
and we were filming in New Orleans for like 2 or 3 months. And,
that whole crew was down there in New Orleans for 3 months.
I'm trying to tell you, yes. And we had one of those nights where you come out of the club and the sun is out, and you didn't know. It was one of those. I think we saw saw BBD that night. It was oh man, what a time. And one day, Danny and I, we had like a couple days off. We went to we drank absinthe.
Jesus Christ.
New Orleans, baby.
Yeah, that's the time right there, dude.
Yeah.
Was Danny like out of everyone on that cast, was that like your boy? Like if you were to pair up with someone, go out drinking? Was it him?
We had paired up. We paired up. Yeah.
That's a 2-man wrecking crew right there. Craig Robinson and Danny McBride. Jesus, that scene where you're singing Rihanna, "Take Your Panties Off."
Take your panties off.
If you're watching on YouTube, click here to subscribe so that you get all the new episodes as they come out. And John, what should they click if they want notifications? Make sure you click thumbs up for the like. Hit that bell icon.